Lots of people who say that they want to deal with their clutter tell me that they don't have time to deal with it right now, but that they're going to deal with it when they find time or once they've done X, Y, Z. Now, I've had people on my email list tell me that for years, even decades. I often wonder how they think they're going to find time if they're that busy. It's as if they think it's going to magically appear in the future on the 5th of never. Well, guess what? These people never actually find time, and they lurch from one distraction to the next and never actually focus on clearing their clutter. Some of them even reach a point where they give up their dream of clearing their clutter because they can't find more time. Well, here's the secret. You will never find the time to deal with your clutter. You have to make time. You, me, J.K. Rowling, Sir Tim Berners-Lee, Oprah Winfrey, Michelle Obama, Mother Teresa, Nicholas Winton, Henry Ford, Walt Disney, Thomas Edison, the Mars rover team, Bill Gates. Every single living thing on this planet has exactly the same amount of time, 168 hours a week, 8,736 hours a year. Yes, you might have a different number of days, weeks and years in our life, a number that we're not going to know until we leave this mortal planet, but we have to decide how to use the hours we have. Whether what super successful and productive people, what are they doing that we're not doing? Well, one thing they're definitely not doing is waiting to find time. There are 7 things that they're doing that we can learn from. So first, they focus on their goals like a laser-guided missile. They know what they want and they go for it. They start each day checking in with that goal to make sure they're still locked into its exact position, so they're focused, so they don't get distracted or waste time having to change direction. They may not see the goal clearly when they set out towards it. It may be out of focus and a bit fuzzy to begin with, but they trust that as they get closer to that goal, it will become clearer if they just keep focusing on it daily. Second, they know they don't have time to do everything they want to do, so they prioritize. Every day, every week, every month, they know what their top priorities are so that they can allocate their 168 hours a week to the things that are important to them now. That way, they don't have to find time and can see and feel progress. They check and review their top priorities regularly to boost their motivation and help ensure that they know the time that they are spending working on their priorities is making a positive difference to their life. They build in some contingency hours to give them the flexibility for life getting in the way. And they allocate some hours for friends and family to stay connected to those that matter to them. And they also have regular downtime to rest, recharge, and refocus. Third, they plan their time. Highly successful people don't just go with the flow, even if they appear to be going with the flow. They've planned their 168 hours a week, but in a way that they can swap things around if they need to, ensuring that none of their priorities get cancelled or dropped. So, for example, they may have planned to work on one priority goal in the morning, but a family or personal emergency in the morning may mean that they have to use their contingency time in the afternoon to work on that goal instead. They have to swap them around. They know that completely cancelling the time that they've planned for working on their priority goals, however good their reason, is actually procrastination. Fourth, they make sure they have accountability. People who achieve their goals know that they usually need help to prioritize and protect the time that they've planned to work on their goal to ensure that they see and feel that they're making progress towards that priority goal. It makes them responsible, helps them focus and finish things, enables them to measure and track their progress towards their goal, and builds their confidence that they will succeed. Successful people also know that they need some independent help and accountability to partner with someone who will challenge and question and won't let them procrastinate. The fifth and final thing that successful people do to make sure that they have time for their priorities is that they protect their time. You can focus on your goal and prioritize your time and even plan your time, but that's all pointless if you don't then protect the time that you've planned for your priority goals. People who know it's impossible to find time to protect the time that they've planned to work on their priority goals get help to protect their time boundaries. So, for example, they use a timer to focus their mind on the goal during the time that they've planned. They don't allow other people's dramas to distract them unless it's a genuine emergency that only they can deal with and help them with immediately. They know that 9 times out of 10, it's not an emergency that needs immediate attention. They digitally disconnect from distractions and they go AWOL for short periods of time to work on and focus on that priority goal. The sixth thing that they do is avoid time sucks. Successful people who know that you can't find time and that there's only 168 hours a week don't just protect their time boundaries to work on their goal, they actively avoid time sucks. So, for example, constantly checking emails, texts, social media, news, trying to multitask, procrastinating, creating endless to-do lists. It's not that they don't do some of these things, they plan for a limited amount of time to do them instead of spontaneously doing them. They also delegate time sucks that they don't need to do themselves so that they don't become the tools of procrastination. So, for example, cleaning, grocery, they get home delivery instead. Not only do they prioritize what they spend their 168 hours a week doing, they also do one final thing. Number 7 is that they also plan time for self-care. They get up early. Most successful people get up, go to bed before 11 p.m. and get up before 6 a.m. so that they make the most of their day. They may attend social events in the evening, but they don't stay to the end. They also make time every day, a minimum of 30 minutes, to just sit quietly, think, reflect, and capture the successes of the day, thus ensuring that they're focused on the positives. This links with the fact that they all have at least one way to manage their stress on a weekly basis: yoga, exercise, meditation, mindfulness. Start doing these 7 things and you'll soon find that you achieve more with your 168 hours a week, and you'll be able to make time for 2 hours of clutter clearing a day, 5 days a week.